but I have used hair and makeup artists, especially when I had done gigs for the modeling agency. But you know, I'll still use her in upcoming gigs. But yeah, people don't realize that, you know, sometimes I'll have girls just show up and do their own hair and makeup, but really, not enough credit goes to the stylist or the hair and makeup artist. I mean, they can literally transform. I've seen girls that I've done photo shoots with, you know, and that I'll look at them when they come in with no makeup, and I'll be like, you know, you're a model, and when they are done with my hair and makeup artist, they are gorgeous, and you know, so that's part of the illusion. Photoshop retouching, of course, is part of the illusion. The lighting is part of the illusion. Everything is an illusion. It's all fake. It's all a scam. That's all I gotta say.
That's fair. Well, but yeah, and I think that kind of speaks to it a little bit, just because, you know, you look at a pretty girl, and when you think about throwing a hump to her, you're like, oh, in your head you always picture like it's gonna be the greatest I've ever had. It's gonna be awesome. But in most cases, it's terrible, because they know they don't have to work for it. They know they could just, if you decide, like, this was no good, I want something else, they can go out that night and find another dude who's willing to have sex with them.
Probably. I mean, I've dealt with divas, that's for sure. I mean, that walk around like their shit don't stink, but part of my job is I put them in their place. You know, honestly, fortunately now, with where I am and my credentials, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but, you know, usually girls, they're aware of my credentials now before they shoot with me, so I don't get that as much really anymore these days, you know, any type of diva attitude. You know, when I was, you know, a while back when I was trying to build up my name, yeah, I mean, you deal with that a lot, because they think they can push you around because they think that their shit don't stink. But the fact is, their shit stinks pretty badly, and and I have to put them in their place, and I do. I have, and you know, if I have to whip out that card, I will. I don't like to, but I said this before in another interview early this year, but sometimes it just has to be done.
Worst situation, like worst model you've ever had to deal with, and you don't have to drop names if you want to. That'd be awesome. But like worst situation ever, like it was just either infuriated you or made you uncomfortable.
Well, you know, you get models. Even to this day, I'll get models every once in a long while who think that they, well, you know, I'll just say right now, this model that I shot in Vietnam, this glamour model, which is my first shoot I ever did in Vietnam this year. This kind of infuriated me because we did a glamour shoot at the zoo in Saigon, or Ho Chi Minh City now it's called, and retouched the photos like I always do, showed it to her, showed it to the stylist that, you know, booked me to do the shoot. And, you know, he was cool with it, you know, and the guy who was with us on our shoot, you know, he loved it. I retouched him up, made her look very flattering. I mean, she's not an ugly girl by any means, you know, she's beautiful. But, you know, I polished her up and gave, you know, I do the standard retouching that I do with every single model. You know, no one's an exception, really. And, you know, she came back and she was like, hey, can you Photoshop and retouch this because my friend said I look fat. And I'm like, well, no, because they're already retouched. And then when she sent me like retouched photos of my retouches, and I looked at them and I knew something was off. And I blogged about this. I actually posted them up. I don't care, you know. I mean, she's another country, you know. Who cares? And so, you know, it was just horrible. They were horribly photoshopped and exaggerated by someone. She got someone to do it, and. You know, the thing that bugged me was that not only were they already retouched, and she doesn't even know what the originals. No models of mine really know what the originals look like. You know, I have them for blackmail purposes. You know, and they don't realize, they don't understand how much work goes into the retouching sometimes. And she didn't realize that, you know, these had already been retouched. And the thing that bugged me was that her friend supposedly said she was fat. You know, like, you're going to listen to some stupid dude who says that? I mean, is your self-esteem that fragile that you're going to take his word over my work?
Yeah, she's a model.
Yeah, and I mean, come on, you know, you should be used to this. Grow up. So that's one of my rants. Another one was, you know, not so much dealing with the diva, but a model who kept hitting on me. and doing these
son of a
sexual
bitch.
under. No, she was not, dude. She was not model material. She was. I don't know how. She was a manatee. So I didn't like that at all. So excuse me a second.
I wish I was cool just like Izzy Slater, and I wish I was bad just like Darth Vader, and I wish I had a girl like Lois Lane. Well, maybe a girl just like Anna Lang, because she was always so much hotter than Lois Lane.